Ravens fan, you won't believe what Marlon Humphrey had to say about the Chiefs' loss. That game, which many considered a true embarrassment for Kansas City, was at the center of a sharp analysis from Humphrey. Not only did he talk about what happened on the field, but he also showed no mercy with his comments. And what he revealed, my friend, will make you see the Chiefs' defeat in a whole new light. But that's not all. Humphrey made it clear that he has a strong opinion about what went wrong for the Chiefs, and honestly, he didn't hold back. Did he notice something that no one else saw? What he said might just change your perspective on what happened in that game. Stay with me until the end, because what's coming next will leave you with a lot to think about. Let's dive deep into what Marlon really thinks about this loss and how he feels about what happened. Go Ravens! Before Super Bowl 59, Marlon Humphrey didn't hide his opinion about the Chiefs. The Baltimore Ravens cornerback made a bold prediction, saying that the Chiefs wouldn't be able to win their third consecutive title. Humphrey was convinced that the Eagles' defense and how they would control the game would be more than enough to stop the Chiefs. And the best part, he was very specific. He predicted that the Chiefs would commit 2 turnovers and that the Eagles, with a strategic game plan, would come out victorious. A spot-on prediction that caught the attention of not only fans, but also many NFL analysts. The fact that Marlon was so assertive drew attention, considering he wasn't just a fan or someone from the outside analyzing the game, but an elite player with a sharp football mind. While many analysts were divided about the outcome, Humphrey seemed to have unwavering confidence in the Eagles' game. This kind of prediction doesn't come from a simple guess. For him, it was an accurate read on what was happening on the field, especially when it came to turnovers and game control. Even though he wasn't in the Super Bowl, his perception seemed almost professional. As the game began, it became clear that Humphrey was right about many of his predictions. The Chiefs, who were aiming for their third consecutive title, simply couldn't keep up with the pace of the game. With 2 crucial turnovers committed at key moments, the Kansas City team gave the Eagles the chance to control the pace and time of possession, just as Marlon had pointed out. The Eagles' performance was incredible, and Humphrey nailed it, predicting not only the type of game but also the result, with Philadelphia's clear victory. Even with a few minor flaws in his details, like the exact number of turnovers, his overall vision was almost perfect. This prediction from Marlon wasn't just a coincidence. He demonstrated a deep understanding of how both teams played and what needed to happen for victory to be achieved. And it makes us wonder, does he have a future in sports analysis when he retires? With his sharp eye for the game, we can even imagine that Marlon has a bright future off the field, which makes us reflect on what he thought about the playoffs and everything leading up to this big event. Marlon Humphrey didn't limit himself to predicting the Super Bowl. He was vocal throughout the entire postseason, especially about his disdain for the Kansas City Chiefs. For him, watching the Chiefs claim their third consecutive title was something that could not happen. During the AFC Championship week, he made it clear that he didn't want to see the same team winning the same trophy repeatedly. He referred to the Chiefs as a team that was taking everything, and said that football needed a bit more variety at the top. He casually mentioned that he didn't want to see the Chiefs continue dominating, as it would be a healthier competition if there were other champions in the mix. And Marlon's opinion about what was happening in the postseason went beyond that. He became even more involved in fan discussions, especially when it came to the game between the Buffalo Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC final. Many fans felt robbed by what happened at the end of that game, and Humphrey didn't hold back, agreeing with them. He joined in the outcry that the Bills were wronged by a controversial referee decision, where many believed Josh Allen had crossed the first down line, but the referees made a mistake. For Marlon, that was a game-changing play that should have been validated, reinforcing the idea that the game could have turned out very differently with that correct call. Watching the Chiefs' loss in the conference final was, for Marlon, a small personal victory. He had already expressed his opinion that he didn't want to see another Super Bowl with Kansas City, and with their loss to the Bengals, he got to enjoy seeing his wish come true. As a player involved in league rivalries, he made it clear that he was rooting against the Chiefs, especially considering how he felt about the repetition of victories by the same team. The feeling of watching a rival team being stopped from claiming another title was something Marlon probably savored, and many Ravens fans certainly felt the same way. However, this attitude of Marlon makes us reflect on how involved he really was in the postseason battle. He was so tuned in to what was happening both on and off the field that his predictions and opinions became an important part of the conversations about the game. This makes us wonder if he sees himself in the future as an active voice during the playoffs and other key moments, especially if his retirement is approaching. Either way, he has already shown that, For Marlon, football is more than just a game on the field. Now, let's talk about Philadelphia's performance in the Super Bowl, which surprised many, including Humphrey himself. When Super Bowl 59 kicked off, Marlon Humphrey already knew what could happen. He predicted that the Eagles would be able to control the game strategically, and that's exactly what happened. Despite some struggles, such as the running game not flowing with the efficiency the team was used to during the season, the Eagles managed to hold on to the ball for almost 37 minutes. That's not something you see every day in a Super Bowl, and Marlon, as always, was paying attention to the detail. The Philadelphia team was able to dominate plays, manage time, and keep the Chiefs away from the ball, which is essential when playing against a team as explosive as Kansas City. The key to this victory wasn't just time of possession, but also how the Eagles were able to neutralize the Chiefs. Philadelphia's defense was imposing and knew how to exploit the weaknesses of the opposing team, which was a decisive factor in the victory. Even though the Chiefs tried to keep pace, their plays weren't working as they should. It wasn't just the defense that was solid, but also the offense, which was able to score the necessary points to open a comfortable lead. All of this, for Marlon, seemed like confirmation that his prediction was right on track. He already knew that the Chiefs wouldn't have space to shine this time. When we talk about game control, time of possession became a crucial factor. Philadelphia held on to the ball for almost 37 minutes, which is impressive in a Super Bowl. This is something that truly caught everyone's attention and confirmed Marlon's words that the Eagles would control the rhythm of the game. While the Chiefs tried to react, Philadelphia had full control, dictating plays and responding quickly to Kansas City's movement. And that was the basis for the Eagles' dominant victory, which they not only won but did so with authority, securing the title without giving the Chiefs a chance. And what's most interesting is that, despite some details not going exactly as Marlon predicted, like the exact number of turnovers and the efficiency of the Eagles' running game, the essence of what he said was there. He was right about how the teams would play and how the game would unfold. Now, with the Eagles' victory, it's impossible not to think about Marlon's analysis of the game. Could this prediction not just be a reflection of his deep understanding of football, a skill that could be well utilized in a future career in media? Well, we've passed the halfway point of the video, but before we continue, I notice that you haven't left your like on this video yet. It's really important so YouTube keeps recommending my content to you, and I can continue bringing more for you. So go ahead, leave a like. It's free. Thanks. Now let's keep going. Marlon Humphrey's prediction wasn't just a matter of luck or chance. When he talked about how the game would unfold, he was speaking based on deep analysis. Despite being a player, Humphrey has a sharp understanding of the game. He notices details that many analysts miss, and his nearly perfect prediction about Super Bowl 59 is proof of that. His ability to grasp what was happening on the field, whether in crucial moments or key plays, is impressive. When he spoke about how turnovers and game control would be critical for the Eagles' victory, he was giving a masterclass in game reading that even the most experienced could admire. The fact that Marlon nailed specific details, like the control of the game's pace and the importance of turnovers, shows that he's not just another player who watches the game. He understands the game on a much deeper level. While most analysts were betting on different outcomes, Humphrey focused on points that truly made the difference. He was able to see, before anyone else, that the Chiefs wouldn't be able to maintain control, and that the Eagles, with their solid defense and well-structured offense, would dominate the game. This kind of analytical perception is something few have, and Marlon proved that he's not just a good player, but also an excellent football observer. Looking ahead to Marlon's future, it's easy to imagine him excelling in another role in the NFL. His game analysis is so detailed and accurate that he could easily transition to being a sports commentator or analyst when he retires from the field. He has already shown that he understands what's happening and has the confidence to express his opinions clearly. This kind of insight would be a great addition to any television network or sports platform. Without a doubt, he has a potential to shine off the NFL field. Now, with this analytical skill in mind, it's impossible not to think about how Marlon could become a reference in this field. He's already shown impressive knowledge, which only heightens the expectations for what he could do in the future. Is a career in commentary truly on the horizon for Marlon? Well, for him, Football never ends, and that makes us wonder what's coming next. And speaking of that, let's now move on to the next topic about Humphrey's personality and how he could shine outside the field. Marlon Humphrey has always stood out, not just on the field, but off it as well. His unique and vibrant personality is something that has always caught attention, whether in interviews or interacting on social media. Humphrey has always known how to stand out. He's the type of guy who can entertain everyone with his opinion, yet still be serious when needed. And it was no different when he made his predictions about Super Bowl 59. His confidence and quick thinking are so strong that it's easy to imagine how he could use these qualities in a future career in media. Moreover, the fact that Marlon is so assertive and reliable in his predictions reveals not only how well he understands the game, but also how he could translate this knowledge to the public. He has a way of explaining things in a simple and clear manner, which is essential for any sports analyst. He can be funny and entertaining, but also knows when to get serious about the technical aspects of the game. This is something many commentators and analysts try to do, but not everyone gets it right. Marlon, with his combination of intelligence and charisma, has everything it takes to become a big name in sports media when he decides to hang up his cleats. What's most interesting is that over the years, he has already built a fan base that would love to see him on television. His engaging personality and deep football knowledge are a powerful mix for any future outside the field. With his analytical approach and laid-back style, Marlon would fit perfectly in a media environment where he could continue sharing his football insights, interacting with fans, and offering a unique perspective on the game. Expectations are high to see what the future holds for him. With this kind of presence and analytical ability, it's impossible not to imagine Marlon Humphrey shining in the media. And for us football fans, this only increases the curiosity about what's to come. So, fan, after everything Marlon Humphrey said about the Chiefs' loss, it's clear that he's sharper than ever. With his accurate predictions and clear view of what happened on the field, the Ravens' cornerback once again showcased his unique personality. But does this loss really mark the end of an era for the Chiefs? Or did Humphrey overemphasize their fragility? I'm really curious to know what you think about all of this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on Humphrey's analysis. And if you enjoyed the video and want more Ravens content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you next time.